In today's video I will show you how to display a 3D model in React Native without a third-party library using Fabric, which is React Native's new architecture. Now first of all I will show you guys the video. So firstly, this is the iOS video. So I am displaying a Nike shoe and you can see I can rotate it 360 degree. I can zoom in, zoom out. The 3D model format is UHDZ, which is the recommended format from Apple. I have not tried it with GLTF, OBG or FBX. I guess I am not too knowledgeable into 3D stuff. So yeah, I have just used whatever Apple has recommended. And this is for Android. So here you can see this duck, and it is a GLB format, which is kind of a variant of GLTF, I guess. So yeah, and also notice there is a background image. So I will get back to this on the background image. One more thing to note is that I don't know why, but the code is not working for Android. Like I have used this same code for Flutter as well as for native Android as well, and it works, but it does not work for React Native. So in case I find I find an explanation or a solution to this problem, I will guys let you know in the comments. I will let you know in the comments. So yeah, let's get started. But I think let's get started. So first of all, I have created a default React Native project. Next, you have to go to the create a new architecture guide, and you have to enable the new architecture for it. So for Android, just search for new arc enabled. So I will search for new arc enabled and go to gradle.properties, make this as true. For iOS, cd to your iOS directory in terminal and run this command. You might face two issues. One issue is this. So if you face something like this, cd to your root of React Native project and run this, then cd back to iOS directory and try running this. If you still face an issue, it could be related to this. So you might want to have a look at this Stack Overflow post, as well as I have a video on my channel explaining how to resolve this issue. But once you are able to successfully run this command, just run yarn Android or yarn iOS and you should be able to see that the new architecture has been enabled in Metro Bundler with Fabric true. Next, go to Fabric native components, and here we have to create this folder. But they have created this folder outside the root of React Native project, which according to me is incorrect. We will create it inside. So go to your project, and I have created this folder called RTN3D. You can name it whatever you want, but make sure the naming is consistent. Next, we will create an Android folder. We don't require this iOS folder, and we will create a JS folder. Inside JS, you have to create this file rtn3d native component.ts. And for now, I have just copy pasted everything from the documentation. I have removed props because we don't need that. Only thing change is this file name. Next, I will go to I will create this package.json file, which is sibling to your JS folder, not inside your JS folder. Again, copy pasted everything from documentation. Only this file name has been changed over here, and as well as this name has been changed. Next, we have to create a podspec file. So rtn3d podspec, again copied it from documentation. Only this name has been changed. So here you can see this TypeScript file, this package.json file, as well as this podspec file. Next, they tell us in Android you have to create build.gradle. So before that, go to the main Android folder, go to build.gradle and add this Kotlin version 1.8.0 as well as this class path, because I want to use Kotlin and not Java. Then go to app, go to build.gradle, and here you have to add this line Kotlin standard std 1.8.0, as well as you have to add this apply plugin Kotlin Android. Next, what you have to do is go to src, go to main. You have to create this assets folder. Now, so for model, you can take any GLB model, just search on Google. So I have taken this duck.glb. Forget about all these other models, I was just practicing it. So you will require this duck.glb, And I also, if you remember, I have told you there is a background to this duck, so this is the background. Make sure this file name are the same, otherwise you have to change it inside your code. And honestly, I don't understand most of the native Android code. So to get these files, you can just go search for Google Filament on GitHub. So we will be using the Filament library from Google to display 3D models, and you can go to the samples directory or the examples directory and copy one of these examples, go to the assets, and you will find something like this. So you just have to copy paste it over here. Okay, now go to Android, create this build.gradle. Again, copied it from Android documentation. No, not from Android, the React Native documentation. I have added this apply plugin Kotlin Android. I have changed the namespace. I have added this Kotlin standard lib, and these two dependencies are for displaying the 3D model, and these two dependencies are for Kotlin coroutines. Okay, next go to src main java com rtn 3d, and first you have to create this 3d package.kt. Just copy paste everything from over here, but on line level you have to return empty list. The reason is that you have not done code generation yet, so just do return empty list for now. Okay, so we have done this, we have done this as well. Next we have to run code generation. So go to your terminal, and first you have to run this command yarn add dot slash. We won't use double dot as specified in the documentation because our folder is already inside React Native project. So just run this command, then you have to do cd dot dot. So you will move outside your React Native project. Then you have to run this command. So here this is my React Native project name or folder name. React Native folder name followed by the folder which we have created. Okay, so here you can see it is kind of like the same, but here they have not added the folder name because their RTN center text is outside my app, but in our case it is inside. That's why we have to add our folder name, the React Native folder name or project name, whatever you call it. Next it will create this generated folder. So here you can see this generated folder. Okay, I will comment this out again. Okay, next what you have to do is, so for iOS, go to iOS. For iOS you have to add this USDZ file. So you can get this USDZ file, any USDZ file from Google. Just search for USDZ 3D format. So I have got this from the Apple's website. Next what you have to do, you have to create this header file. Again, I have copied this from documentation. Only this file name has been changed. Next you have to create this rtn3d manager.mm. Make sure the extension is .mm. Also create this file from objective from Xcode. So first you have to create the Objective C file, and its extension would be .m. Then you have to manually change the extension to .mm. Again, I have copy pasted this from documentation. Only thing change is this file name over here, and over here. Next we have to create a Swift file. So I have created 3d.swift. As soon as you create a Swift file, Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Say yes, and it will create this file. So my bridging header name is rnappweb. Okay, so I will show you first the Swift code. So first we have to import Scenekit, and here we have to define scene view. I am creating an initialization of our scene view added to our view, UI view. Then this is the NS layout code. Then loading the 3D model from assets. So here you can see we are referencing the nike.usdz file. We are creating a light node. Change these values to according to your needs. Then we are creating ambient light. Change these values according to your needs. Then we are want the camera control to true, background color to white, and camera configuration false. And then we are applying scene view.scene equal to scene, and this is like a mandatory method. Then we have to create rtn3d.mm, and so if you see, we have created this file, we have created this header file as well. Now we are over here. So again, I have copy pasted this from documentation. Only thing change is this file name over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, and you have to comment out this because we are writing the code directly in main iOS folder, and instead of that you have to write this, as well as this import. This should be your header file name, rnappweb. So whatever is your header file name followed by dash swift.h, and this should be constant for everyone. Next, this which file name changed, file name changed, file name changed. I have created a UI view as shown in documentation, and here we are initially creating an variable of our Swift file. And this copied from documentation, this is copied from documentation, and here you have to initialize your UI view, and you have to give it a width and height as well. Otherwise, your scene kit or the 3D model won't be visible. And here we are initializing our Swift file, adding it to our view, and this again is copied from documentation, only this file name has been changed. So yeah, that's it for iOS. Next, what they tell us is so go to so for Android you have to do cd android and run this. So this will do code generation for Android as well. Next, what you have to do is go to Android src, go to 3d package.kt. Now instead of doing return empty list, you can write this code and just create 3d manager.kt. Again, I have copied this from documentation, only this file name has been changed. Okay, and I have created this 3d.kt file as well. Make sure this is rtn 3d because this is important, and I am creating an object of our return 3d. So here you can see this is the exact code. Now to be honest with you, I don't understand this code. I've just copy pasted it from the filament docs. So I will simply scroll this. If you are interested, you can copy paste it, or if you want to learn more, you can just go through the filament documentation on GitHub. So here you can see I am doing a linear layout, and I have created the layout params for it. I have taken a surface view and added it to linear layout. So surface view is used to display 3D models. Like, I have no idea what this code is. Here we are displaying our duck.glb 3D model. So change it whatever to your name is, and this is the background image for our 3D model. Okay, so change, if your naming is different, change it to whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So what is the next thing which you have to do for Android is, so already done with this, and done with this as well. Okay, then you have to again run this command. So go to app.tsx and run this command again. And for iOS, before running yarn iOS, you have to run this command as well. So this will create a pod of rtn 3d. Actually, we should have run this command before writing all the code in the main iOS folder. Sorry, my bad. You might be getting a lot of errors, but running this command will resolve all your errors. Make sure Xcode is closed as well while running this command. Then you can run yarn iOS. And now to use it, just go to app.tsx. You can import it something like this, and you can use it like this. So yeah, I know there is an issue with Android. In case in the future, if I'm able to resolve this issue, I will definitely put it in the comments. And I will also put what issue I'm facing in the comments as well. So yeah, but this code works on Flutter as well as on native Android. I already have a videos on those, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I have also tried displaying a normal text view and that works, but displaying a surface view does not work. I don't know why. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.